Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Ash Echoes. Now, in today's video, I wanted to talk about the Pride Win tier list and how they pretty much implemented a new update with these two new characters, Scarlet and Bailey. So they didn't really change. I don't think they changed their criteria. I think they changed the change log. Yeah. So you guys can see right here for November 27th, they added Scarlet and Bailey, and they moved Bailey from B tier to A tier in the CN tier list, which is very interesting. So it says, upon extensive analysis, we reached the conclusion that his output is higher than all other characters on B tier. Furthermore, he hasn't been replaced yet in his role in the pure fire team, while the characters on B tier have been more or less replaced on their respective teams across this almost 1 year of time span. So Bailey is still relevant in fire team comp for the CN server, which is really good. So I think that's the main reason why they moved him up to A tier, because he's not replaceable. Like, they can't replace him in a fire team, so he's still a useful unit. And it seems like his damage is going to be good for a fire team, which is honestly pretty nice. Now, when it comes to Scarlet, so they put Scarlet in S tier for the global tier list, and then for the CN tier list, she still remains in A tier. Now, if you guys don't know who Vulcan Gotcha is, he's another content creator who's making content on this game. I watched this video and he said that the reason why Pride Win they put Scarlet in A tier for the CN server is because the units in S tier for CN, they're mostly for like speed running content. Like, when it comes to speed running, these are the top units for speed running. And Scarlet, the only reason why she's in A tier is because, you know, she's not a speed running unit, but she is still like the best guild boss unit in the game for CN, which is honestly pretty good. So it makes sense that they put Scarlet in S tier for global, because we don't even have the guild boss feature. We don't have the guild boss in the game as of right now for global, so therefore she is going to be in that S tier. And once we do have the guild boss for global, that's when they're going to move her down to A tier, because of, you know, not even the guild boss. Once we have these speed running units in the global version, that's when Scarlet's going to be moved down to A tier. But I'm pretty sure that Scarlet, she is still a top tier unit. And, you know, so many people are saying that, you know, she's probably going to be a skip because, you know, she's win element, and once again she is an A tier unit. And I feel like this unit, Scarlet, is going to be a must-have character, considering how amazing she's going to be against bosses. So it's honestly a good sign, the fact that they put her in S tier for global, and then for CN she's in A tier. Like, that pretty much proves that this unit is going to be very, very good, especially in the win team. Like, she's going to take win team to the next level. You pair her up with Azusa with a win resistant shred, you're cooking. And imagine you place the win resistant shred on bosses, bro. It's gonna be crazy overall. So that's pretty much Scarlet, S tier for global and A tier for CN. Now for Bailey, we already talked about him, but is this going to change my opinion, and am I going to summon for Bailey now that they put him in A tier? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know about Bailey. You know, the fact that he is, you know, an important character for fire team comp, that's really good, but is he going to be very, very good long term? Because for the CN tier list, they put him in A tier, which proves that, you know, he is definitely going to be a valuable unit for fire team. So I think it really depends on what you want to do. Like, it really depends on what you want to do. For the global server, he's in A tier and Scarlet is in S tier, which proves that Scarlet has more value than Bailey. So I will say the fact that for fire team you have Kairos, Mo, you have Roar and Freda, I think Bailey is going to replace Roar. And one of the main things that's very valuable about Bailey is the fact that he can target airborne enemies. You guys can see right here, it says he is also a rare case of striker echomancer capable of targeting airborne enemies. So I feel like if Bailey didn't have the ability to target airborne enemies, I feel like that would make him B tier, because airborne enemies, if an Echomancer is not capable of attacking airborne enemies, that can hold them back a little bit. And you really need to have ranged characters who can target airborne enemies, because if you can't, then you pretty much lost the battle. You can't do anything if you can't get rid of the airborne enemies. So I think that makes Bailey very valuable. The fact that he is a striker unit. I'm pretty sure he is striker. Yes, he is a striker character that can target airborne enemies. And for the fire team comp, you have Mo, Kairos, and you have Freda. And Mo and Kairos, they are ground units. They can't target enemies. They can't target airborne enemies. So you're pretty much going to have Kairos, Mo as your ground unit alongside with Freda, and then Bailey as like your airborne unit and also your ground unit as well. So I think that's one of the main reasons why they moved him up to A tier, is because he's irreplaceable for the fire team and he can target airborne enemies, which is really good overall. So, you know, Bailey might have potential. He might have potential, but I don't think that's going to change my opinion. I still feel like Scarlet is 10 times more valuable because she's going to be good against bosses and she's going to take Win Team to the next level. So, yeah, I feel like this new change to the tier list is definitely a huge change for sure, because I'm pretty sure some people are not questioning themselves, you know, should they summon for Bailey or not? Because now that he's in the top pick category, that's a good sign. It's a good sign that this unit is probably going to be very good. The fact that he sacrifices his own HP, you know, his survivability has to be top tier, but the fact that he sacrifices his HP for shields and extra damage, pretty solid. So Bailey might be an amazing unit. Who knows? He might be very, very powerful, but one thing for sure is the fact that I don't think he can enable fire zones. He can't put down fire zones. So you're going to have to, you know, pair him up with units like Kairos, who can actually put down fire zones, so that you know, if you're trying to use like an explosion team, for example, Faros still has more value because he has that fire zone. Meanwhile, Bailey doesn't really have fire zone. So I think that's what holds him back just a little bit, due to the fact that he doesn't have fire zone. It's going to be very hard for him to trigger elemental reaction. So yeah, overall, these two changes, pretty interesting. Like when I saw this tier list, I was like, wait a minute, something is different here. Scarlet is an S tier and Bailey A tier. That's weird. So yeah, really interesting change. But one more day, guys. One more day. Scarlet is almost here. I cannot wait to get this unit. Have all of my resources saved up. I cannot wait to try her out. And yeah, really excited for the Wind Element team comp. But tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. Does this change your mind about Bailey? Like, are you guys considering, like, are you guys thinking about summoning for Bailey, the fact that he is now an A tier unit who's in the top pick category? Let me know what you guys think. But hope you guys have a good one, and I'll be catching you guys soon. Peace.